Hi everyone and welcome. In the previous video we have covered introduction to WIN-SN-LUX-M luminous intensity sensor with Modbus RS485 output and one digital output. Okay, so here you can see the sensor. I have opened the enclosure so you can see the relay switching state, okay, with LED indication. So here is our sensor. Here is our main light intensity sensor and here is the internal circuitry. Now I have connected this two things with these cables. This is for input power and this is for Modbus output. Okay, now what we are going to cover in this video is we will see how to set up this luminous intensity sensor or light intensity sensor with Modbus RS485 output and one digital output. So we just want to know that how this sensor works, okay, how we can read the light intensity data over the Modbus RS485 protocol, how we can set the threshold, and how we can turn on and off this relay based on the threshold. So this is what we have. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the 12 volt power supply to this, and we are going to connect the USB to RS485 converter with this. So here is my 12 volt adapter, okay, so which I'm going to connect with this, and here is our ATC converter, which is nothing but the USB to RS485 converter, so which I'm going to connect with this one, and the second end will connect with our system. So I have connected that with my system, okay, but we haven't powered up this sensor. So first let us power up this sensor. Okay, so sensor is power up and here you can see the LED. Okay, so both the LED is on and we have already configured the baud rate and slave ID using this dip switches. Now the sensor is already power up. Now how we can read the light intensity data from this sensor? So first of all, we have to check that we have connected this ATC converter with our system on which COM port. So first I'm going to open my PC and then we'll go to the computer management and we'll open the device manager, and here you can see in the COM port we have COM3 connected. Okay, now what we can do is we can open our Modbus software. Okay, so here is our Modbus software. Now in the Modbus software we know that our USB to serial converter is connected on the COM port 3. So here I can go to connection, I can click on connect, and here I can select COM port 3. Now what is the configuration? So we can check out the default configuration from the datasheet of this sensor. So let us open the datasheet. So here we have the luminous intensity sensor datasheet or light intensity sensor datasheet. Now if you scroll down, then here you can see the default configuration: baud rate 9600, data bits 8, parity none, and the stop bit 1. So baud rate 9600, data bits 8, parity none, and the stop bit 1. I can press OK now. Okay, here you can see we are having some data, but we have selected coil status. So instead of coil status, we have to go to the holding resistor and we have to decrease the length to 10. Okay, and here you can see the output. Now here you can see the very first holding resistor. This is our main parameter, or you can say this is our luminous value or lux value, and this value 700 you will see in 40006. This is our initial threshold and you can update the threshold, okay, on 40007. Now if you go to the data sheet, then here also you can find the same thing. Yeah, here you can see intensity or lux will be available on the very first holding resistor, which is 40001, and if your software is starting from 40,000 holding resistor, then it will be available on the 40,000. Now initial threshold is available on the 40,005. Right now our resistor is starting from 40,001, so that will be available on the 40,006, which is 700. Okay, and required threshold we can update on the 40,007, or if the holding resistor is starting from 0, then it will be available on the 40,006. Right now the initial threshold is 700 and the value is 3908, so it is already above the threshold. So that is why here you can see the LED beside the relay is on, because we have already reached the threshold. Now if I change the threshold value to something else, then this LED might be off. Okay, so let us try that. Now we know that a light intensity value or lux value is 3941, and if I change the threshold to 4000, okay, then here you can see the LED is now off because the actual value is less than the threshold, so that's why the digital output is off. Now if I try to increase the lux value, okay, then let's see the output. So I am going to open the flash here. Okay, so here is my mobile flash, and here you can see the lux value is way high and it is above the threshold value. So here you can see. So whenever your light intensity below the threshold, your digital output will remain off, and whenever your light intensity above the threshold, okay, then your relay will turn on. Okay, so you can turn on your digital output based on the light intensity using this sensor from Augmatic Technologies Private Limited. Okay, and here is the Modbus parameter for that. Also, you can refer the documentation. So the first register is the intensity or lux. This one is the initial threshold and this one is the required threshold. Okay, and the default baud rate is 9600, and here is the note to change the baud rate, okay, as well as the slave ID. So you can refer the documentation for that. So I hope this thing is clear, that how you can set up and use this light intensity sensor from Augmatic Technologies Private Limited. Now based on the light intensity and the threshold set by you, your digital output will turn on or off, okay, and you can read your light intensity using Modbus software, any Modbus software. Okay, it can be ModScan software, it can be Modbus Pole software, or it can be any SCADA system, it can be any PLC, anything. Okay, so I hope this thing is clear, and if you still have any question or any doubt, then you can always ping me on Telegram, Instagram, WhatsApp, anywhere. Also you can comment on this video, also you can send me a mail, also you can ping me on LinkedIn. And if you want to buy this sensor, then I'll provide you the detail of Augmatic Technologies Private Limited. You can visit their website, you can contact on their salesperson email or salesperson phone number, and you can get the quotation and you can buy this kind of sensor. So let's meet in the future videos with more interesting sensor from Augmatic Technologies Private Limited. Till then, take care, goodbye, and thank you.